This is what a $70,000 mistake looks like, and you're making it every time you walk into the gym. Let me explain. Modern gyms are not designed to make you strong. They are designed to do one thing: sell memberships. To do that, they sell you the illusion of strength, and you're buying it. In other words, gyms aren't building strength. They're making you dependent on a feeling your brain can't stop chasing: the pump. Here's exactly what's happening. Everything starts with the mirrors in the gym. They're not just there to decorate the walls, they're here to mess with your head. You see, gym mirrors aren't like normal mirrors. They're a little flatter and a little brighter. Also, they add strong lights from above, and together, it makes your muscles look bigger, your waist look tighter, and your body more defined than it really is. It's a small trick, but it works. When you do a set of curls, you're not just feeling the muscle get tight, you're watching it happen in real time. You see the biceps swell, the veins pop. That visual feedback is instant, and it hits your brain with an insane hit of dopamine. You start to fall in love with that reflection, but that reflection is a lie. It's just a temporary muscle pump that fades in less than an hour, and the damage it causes can last for years. But because it's so addictive, you start to add more reps, more sets, you lift heavier and longer, not because your body needs it, but because the pump feels so damn good.
So, I'm in heaven.
And that's a big mistake, but it's exactly what the gym wants, because that's how they make money, by keeping you coming back to those mirrors. That's where the $70,000 mistake begins, because all it takes is one bad rep, and suddenly you're not in the gym anymore. You're in a hospital waiting for surgery. You see, when you chase that feeling, your muscles get extremely tired, and a muscle that is tired can no longer lift the weight correctly. So you start to cheat on the form just to get pumped, and instead of using muscles, the weight goes to places it shouldn't, like your joints, tendons, and lower back. Those parts were not made for that kind of abuse. They are weaker, and under that pressure, they snap. Not when the weight is heaviest, but when your form is weakest. That's how you end up with a torn rotator cuff, where you pay $25,000 for surgery and rehab, or a herniated disc, which costs $30,000 minimum, especially if you need injections or a hospital stay, or a snapped bicep tendon, another $15,000, plus months of recovery. And keep watching, it gets worse, because even if you lift with perfect form, or avoid the mirrors and pump, modern gyms are still destroying you. Think about it. Why are there 20 easy-to-use machines in the gym, but only 1 or 2 spots for squat racks? That's not a mistake. It's a business strategy. A gym that looks busy sells more memberships, meaning people bouncing between machines, doing quick sets, and pumping out reps. That sells the image of a successful gym. But a guy resting between heavy squats for 3 minutes? That looks like wasted space. To fix their wasted space problem, they just sell you the idea that machines are safer and more efficient than free weights, but they're not. Take the Smith machine. It's marketed as a safe way to squat, but your body isn't designed to move up and down in a perfectly straight line like a robot. It needs to move in a natural arc. It's the same with all the other machines, like leg extensions or seated chest press. They isolate one muscle, which looks good in the mirror, but they do all the balancing for you. This means the small, deep stabilizer muscles that actually protect your joints get weaker and weaker because they are never used. This creates a dangerous imbalance. When you lift something heavy, your deep stabilizer muscles activate first. They lock your shoulders, knees, or spine into a strong, protected position. Only then do your muscles kick in to lift the weight. It's a 2-step process that keeps you safe. But machines teach your body to skip the first step. That's a big problem. It's like learning to ride a bike with training wheels and never taking them off. Then one day, you need to use your strength in the real world. But there are no training wheels to help you. All it takes is just one wrong move, and boom, you're injured, waiting for a 4-figure hospital bill. And the gym markets these machines as a safe option, just without mentioning the long-term damage they can cause. You know what else is disturbing? The music. It's loud, fast, and hyped. Beats that make you feel like you're in a nightclub, not a gym. That's not random. In most gyms, the music never even stops. There's no break, no silence, no time to think, and that's the entire point. Real strength training requires quiet moments. It demands rest between heavy sets so you can recover and focus. But silence doesn't look energetic, and it doesn't sell memberships. The constant, repetitive beat creates a trance-like state where training turns into repetition. One machine, one set, then another, without much awareness. When you're on autopilot, you stop feeling the difference between good pain and bad pain. You're just following the beat that helps you push through the pain. You think you're being tough or pushing through your limits, but what you're actually doing isn't toughness. It's stupidity, because you stop paying attention to how your body feels. You ignore the little click in your knee or shoulders, telling yourself it's just part of the workout. But it's not. Each time you ignore that pain, you are causing a small tear that adds more damage to a spot that is already getting weaker. Then one day, during a normal workout, with a weight you've lifted 100 times before, something snaps, a tendon, a ligament, or literally anything in your body. And once it goes, there's no quick fix, just pain, surgery, and months of recovery. Now, do you know what is even worse than music in the gym? It's what you breathe. Every time you walk into a gym and take a deep breath, you're filling your lungs with something terrible. First, gyms use powerful chemicals to clean equipment. These are strong enough to kill bacteria and viruses instantly. Sounds safe, right? Well, the problem is that these chemicals don't disappear completely after cleaning. They are still in the air. You just don't notice them, but your lungs certainly do. Then look at the floors. Most gyms use rubber mats, and every time someone drops a heavy weight on the floor, tiny bits of rubber break loose. These bits are so small that your eyes can't even see them, but they don't just disappear, they float up into the air too. Now, here's the biggest problem: gym ventilation. Ideally, gyms should pump in fresh air from outside and push dirty air out, but that's not what usually happens. Instead, most gyms simply recycle the same stale air all day long. This means every chemical, every bit of rubber dust, and even the carbon dioxide people breathe out stay trapped inside. And guess who ends up breathing it all in? You do. But don't worry, it gets worse. When you exercise, your lungs open wider and pull air in faster. You breathe deeper, harder, and more often, and that means you're inhaling even more of these harmful particles. These particles irritate your lungs and cause inflammation, and your lungs don't like this, so they start fighting back. At first, you won't notice anything, but soon, breathing might feel harder. You might cough more or feel tired, even when you rest. Slowly, your body finds it harder to recover after workouts. Your immune system starts to weaken, and testosterone levels decrease. Eventually, some people even develop asthma or breathing problems serious enough to require medical attention. All of this just because the gym didn't want to spend money on proper air systems. Now, how do you survive in a modern gym? First, stop chasing the pump. Forget how you look in the mirror for a second. Instead, focus on how you move, how you breathe, and how you recover. Strength isn't a reflection, it's a skill. Second, ditch the machines. Get on the floor, grab a kettlebell, hang from a pull-up bar. Move like a human, not like a robot in a cage. Use exercises that make your entire body work together, not just one isolated part. That's how you build real strength. Third, kill the music. Bring silence back into your training. The silence lets you hear the signals your body sends you. That's how you prevent injury before it happens. If the gym blasts music non-stop, bring noise-canceling earbuds. Use them to block the beat, play calm music, or nothing at all. Fourth, fix the air. If you can't train outside, at least train smarter inside. Avoid peak hours and stick to areas with fresh airflow. Try to nose breathe. It filters out more of the bad stuff and keeps your nervous system in check. Don't just think about your muscles, protect your lungs too. And finally, remember this: a gym membership doesn't make you strong. Discipline does. Awareness does. So choose to train with intention, not addiction. By the way, if you think this video was scary, I actually made a video of 5 exercises that can literally send you to the hospital. No joke. You'll never train the same after watching it.